Hey there, it's the Aldos. You've got Mike.
And Michelle.
And we just almost did a whole interview before hitting record. It was quite funny, but you're here with us right now inside the Video Matrix. We're actually doing another interview. Got a special guest with us, and we're talking about internal journey, personal journey, finding that inner power, and really stepping into it and expanding through it to what it is you're passionate about and to serving the people that are most important to you.
Tonight, we have a very special guest. We've been so excited to meet with him all day because whenever you get around this guy, his energy is like through the roof. You know, the kind of guy you just want to be around 24/7 because not only does he lift you up, he will pick you up. He will be there for you. He's just like that all-American guy. That's what I have to say, because where does he come from? The Garden State. Our boy, Omar Retimar. We love you. We're so thankful you're here tonight with us. And you know what? We had to hit record because you were just in a really beautiful space of just kind of just sharing it. Like we're not going to give it away. Why don't you just, let's just pick up where we left off, Omar. We're just so happy to have you here, and it's a blessing, and we're truly thankful that you're here.
So come on out, tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there, my friend.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, first of all, for having me here tonight. It's an honor. It's really a privilege to be here. You know, you guys have such a huge list to pick out of people, and you selected me to be part of this. I want to thank you guys for making me part of your world and you guys being part of ours, because in many ways you have added so much value to my life. And I thank God for your life. I thank God for each one of you guys that make this possible. Now, who is Omar Retimar? Omar Retimar is just a normal average guy who broke out of average and found himself with a purpose. I came from Puerto Rico 16 years ago, and with a very basic English, I came here hungry, looking for something to better my life. You know, years went by and all I learned was to work. But I wanted to actually come here and be able to speak better. I always had a passion to serving others and seeing others develop and bloom and turn on and to become these outstanding people. So I was looking for a way. Now, I would say up to almost 72 days ago, I started a challenge with the video challenge that you guys created, and you have here these two rock stars who founded this movement. And what I saw was an opportunity for myself to be able to communicate. You know, 4 years ago, I met the profession of the network marketing profession, and one of the biggest barriers was, or one of the biggest things we had to develop is being a communicator. So how do we break out of that and become that? Now, I was good in Spanish, and I started doing videos previously, but I didn't have a platform where I can expose myself and create content and break out of I was a little tight with English. So I wanted to be more fluent. And I found this 30-day challenge with my great friend, Jose Birdie from Virginia, who spoke to me about this. And I said, you know what? I want to do this in English. My English might not be all that, but I want to be able to find myself and find, you know, that internal me that wants to break out is just yelling and screaming to break out of that cage. And there I go. I find this great and amazing platform of video challenge that allowed me to start not only making, you know, creating content for people and not just for the audience, but to break out of myself, where I was caught up thinking that because I was a high school dropout, I came to this country just seeking for better life, like many other people have come. And I didn't further my education because I had kids when I was young. My daughter was born when I was 19, so it wasn't an option for me to go and continue further my education. I had to work. And down the road, I found myself with many challenges, many setbacks, many pitfalls, many walls and mountains. But I always determined myself to either go over it, around it, or through it. And this is what brought me to this. And when I found this challenge, I told Jose, wow, I don't know if I'm prepared to actually do it in English. He said, man, you got this. Let's just go for it. And here I find this amazing family, because everybody in this challenge is a family. Everybody out there, supports each other, lifts them up. They bring you up with words. They motivate you. They want to keep you there. They go into your videos. They comment. They put likes. They share your videos. And here I start lifting little by little. Next thing you know, I'm building this huge audience all around. And thanks to you guys who make this happen and make this possible, all of a sudden, I find myself in a breakthrough. I find my breakthrough with the videos, and I see that all I needed was a platform. But that platform is not just to expose. I love the way you guys put this together, because Mike and Michelle, I know you guys work hard to put the topics. So one of the biggest things that any person can encounter in life is to break out of themselves. And a lot of these questions, they're personal, and they're deep. So it allowed me to dig back a little bit. Like the first 30 days was actually about, the past, and then it's about the future, and now it's about the now. So when you break out of your past, letting go whatever was holding you, whatever was keeping you from being there, I found myself that all I needed to do was step onto the plate and get ready, squeeze that bat, and whatever was coming, just swing at it with all my might, and said, even if I miss, I'm going to continue. Because that's how baseball players start getting their average. And I just start swinging and swinging. Next thing you know, I got a fluent English. I start going at it. People actually understand me better. So I find it like, wow, this is amazing what a video challenge can do to our lives. Now, mind you, I mentioned before that I did not further my education, but I found a platform that not only allowed me to further my communication skills, but people see me as a professional, and they think that, oh my God, Omar Redamar is just somebody, they call me amazing, or they think I'm a great speaker. I'm just a humble me. I'm just a Jersey boy who broke out of average because of a video challenge that allowed me to actually use that platform to break and find the strength, find the meaningful purpose, because I love to serve. So when we serve content, we serve topics that touch people's lives. When we serve to others, I've always been passionate about that. This is why I started my entrepreneurial journey within the network marketing profession. Now, I found something besides also that adds up. Obviously, yes, for the business wise, it adds up because you can attract in many ways. You can find, a social media that's a social cam. It's now a platform. I didn't know about all this. I didn't know how amazing it could be just to bring some value to people's lives and be me in front of a camera and just open up my heart and let everybody see the inside me, because then everybody can see a nice, when I'm at meetings or when I'm giving my, speaking to my group, I can be in a suit and a tie. That all looks great from the outside. But when you really open up and let people see inside you, that's priceless. That's priceless. But it took me, like Mike was mentioning in his interview, it takes a factory reset. I came to this country and I had to, when after 12 or 14 years of working, when I bumped into the profession that I'm developing now, I had to do a factory reset. I had to forget about everything that I had learned and start all over. This is where Omar Redamar finds himself and says, and I asked myself, I said, am I going to actually just be who everybody else wants me to be? Or am I going to bump and look into the mirror and talk to myself and say, you know what? I'm going to be who I want to be, because that's what I was designed to be, not what everybody else was. I was talking to Michelle at the beginning. I spoke to her about one of the things that psychologist Rollo May says, that, we're just a collection of mirrors. People are a collection of mirrors, expecting what everybody else, from them. And I decided to break out of that. Now, if I'm going to mirror myself, I'm going to mirror myself with people like Mike, people like Michelle, people like Jose Birdie, people like who already have, who are rock stars. You guys are rock stars. So now I want to mirror myself with people who can add value to my life. And what better than finding a perfect platform that allows me not to just go out there with a suit and be somebody who they want to be, but be me, be myself. And look, I'm not all, pretty. I don't got my hair did. I'm not over here with a tie or anything like that. I'm just being me, naturally me. And this is what people actually like, for us to be natural, for us to just go out there, expose ourselves, bring content, and bring value. The world needs more value. They're tired of people, the me generation. This generation of the millennials is called the me generation. And it's not about me. It's about the world. It's about us. It's about everybody else. This is why I really love you guys for putting all this together. Mike and Michelle, when you put your topics, it's not about you guys. You guys put it about us. So when we expose whatever content we have, we're projecting to people that it's about them. This is what makes this so huge. Something that started off with just a camera, now it's a huge movement that everybody's being part of. And what are we finding? We're finding super rock stars. We're finding talents. We're finding people that are breaking out. I was watching a video of a person who, Gloria, I think, within her first week, had an incredible breakthrough. So you can imagine what Omar Redemar is going to achieve within the next months, years, with now experiencing what I have experienced with this, being able to, now I didn't even know much about Zoom. Now I talk to my groups in Zoom. I do my little trainings and all that with this platform, and using Facebook Live to better myself, better my communication skills, attracting people, talk to people. You don't know the amount of messages I've gotten through Messenger, people just saying, thank you. I needed those words. I was going through so-and-so, and this helped me find myself and actually forgive myself for where I was and actually break out of what was holding me back. So that right there, my friend, that's amazing. I mean, if I had a word to describe what you guys are doing, beyond phenomenal, it's something that you're building a legacy in the hearts of people without even knowing. Indirectly, this is what you guys are doing. So who is Omar Redemar going to be in the next years? I'm going to be the same me, but you guys help me break out, and people will see what you guys have been able to develop in me with the video challenge.
Amazing, my man. You are something else. It's been awesome just to get to know you and even get to see this side of you in this interview, because taking things to that next level is huge. And what you're doing right now, everything that's going on, you're realizing it is a personal journey, but when you share that with the world and you just be your authentic self, people see that, and people then have what they need to get over whatever their challenge is or to face whatever their fears are, just because they saw you. We are all a key to somebody else, and many other people, because the world is so big. So if we start looking at ourselves as keys, where when we get out there and we share, things like we're sharing on this interview, or one of the questions in the daily videos, or whatever your mind can create, when we go out there and just share and be us, that's when it really matters. And that's when the biggest change and transformation in the collective happens. So I think what you said was amazing, and it's awesome to have you on here right now and to have you just so pumped up, because to see the shift from, you say your English wasn't that great. I see somebody with amazing English right now. So, I mean, I don't know if that just happened in 70 days or if that was like a longer journey for you, but I mean, honestly, that's amazing how transformation has taken place here.
Omar Redemar, boy from New Jersey, Garden State, I love you. And I thank you for that beautiful, I was like, all right, Michelle, you can hold it in, but you just nailed it right at the end. You hit my heart. And we just love you.
Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. It happens.
But,
Don't get me all emotional here.
No, honestly though, 72 days ago you didn't want to speak English. I laughed because I didn't know that. And Omar, you speak like you were born and raised in New Jersey, and your English is beautiful. And it's amazing to think that you had such a holdback with where you were, maybe telling yourself you weren't good enough, because you are. And that you found yourself here. And that's beautiful, because that's what we want for everybody. I know, pull it together. I don't know, Omar,
No, you're good.
you're one of the most heart-centered people that I know. And I see nothing but amazing things for you and where you're gonna go. The way you just spoke, you want to talk about communicating. Like, I need some lessons from you now. Like, if we could work on this, that would be wonderful. But, once upon a time, I would have probably walked away and wouldn't even allow the crying to happen. But really, like, you've touched my heart. You touch both of our hearts. Every time we hear you speak, you are doing nothing but motivating. You want to talk about change makers? You are the biggest change maker that we've met. The way you move people every single time you speak, all your written words, all your spoken words, all your messages in every single video, you bring your highest and best energy. You present the best version of you every single time, and every single day you're looking to become better. And the way you just spoke has really just, all those mountains you've been climbing, my friend, you're finally where you need to be. There's only just the little plateaus we all have to go through. Your climbing's over, because you are the leader that everybody sees you as. You are the authority. And just by being here, by going through everything that you've been through in the video matrix, because that's now what we call it. The video matrix is the past, the future, the now, because what we know with our own personal growth is the understanding of all of that. The process we put everyone through is what our own personal journeys have brought us through. But you design it in a way that other people can go through it and understand it, because truthfully, where we want everybody to be is in the now. Because the now is where everything's created. The now, so many people either let their past hold them back. They let their self-talk hold them back. And then you get into the future, and what happens there? So many people haven't allowed themselves to dream, or they haven't been letting themselves feel good enough to have more than what they have right now. And so allowing yourself the space to dream, but then really, really getting you into the now, getting you into the last 30 days of how do we create that in the now. And so I would love for you to kind of, and here comes the question, how do you describe how the now feels to you today? You've been, you're 12 days into the now, and it's been different than the 30, and it's been different than the 60. We've experienced it too, but we'd love to hear from you what that experience is really like, because we're having, it's not like a quick little question. I mean, I'm writing books to you guys about how to really hone in on today in the now and creating in the now. So love to hear about that. I just love you. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad it's Friday night. We got our waters. We got tears flowing. We're doing good.
Well, sure. Well, honestly, on these 12 days, what I found, BC, I think that every change maker gets to a point where decisions have to be made now. There's no waiting for tomorrow. So a lot of things go through my mind, because I'm still in a personal development journey. I know that I still have a lot to grow. I know I still have a lot to learn, but finding myself in the now gives me a huge responsibility to know that I just have to wake up every morning to be the better version that I am now, better than yesterday. Even if I grew 1%, but I have to grow every day. So it holds me accountable, because now I have to go out there and I got to look back of what I see. There's something that we use a lot. It's a plan, do, review. So within that plan, do, review, I look back at, I always check my videos from the day before just to know where I left at. And that helps me keep my energy levels where they are. This is why I'm always like that, but it's naturally me. And also, if I had to like touch something from the video, from the previous video that I spoke about, so I don't have to go and mention it again, it keeps me aware. It keeps me, in high expectation, because now that I'm having it, like I said, it gives me a responsibility that now is living the best moment that I have, because this is all we have. We have the now. The yesterday, it passed. Tomorrow is uncertain. So what are we going to do today with all our will? If today was the last day we lived, God forbid. But this is it took my mind, and it shifted my mind completely, because it took me now to a higher action, a higher activity of stuff, of thinking, a higher level of my mind is just constantly going. When I sit down with people, I would say my boldness, if it's proper to say, is just speaking for itself. Like, I just literally grab fear by the neck and squeeze the life out of it, because that's what this does. It turns fear into power. So my mind just, I think my brain, my right side, it kind of swelled a little bit, and my left side got bigger, because it makes me think now with a different and a bolder attitude towards everything. When I have to face myself against my fears, because we're all going to always have some type of fear. But like I wrote before on the Fear into Power page, I wrote that when the day started for the 30 days, I wrote to them, Nelson Mandela said that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And this is something that I'm living every day. Now, because of what we're doing, we attract people from all type of people, but we have to be prepared to speak to the person that's in front of us, because we might bring a higher level of pitch, or we might bring a message that's too big to fit in somebody who's not prepared. So the now brings me a big responsibility to know that the person in front of me, I have to ask certain questions to know where they at emotionally, mentally, so I know what I can speak to them according to how they were at. And it doesn't make me better than nobody. I'm nowhere higher than nobody. I'm not in a esoteric level where I'm floating, nothing like that. It just makes me think more about what I'm going to say before I just drop it like that, so consciously and subconsciously, it gives me a bigger responsibility. I'm sleeping constantly thinking about, I can't just be just anybody. Now I have people seeing me. I have people watching me. I got Mike and Michelle checking my videos, so I have to be quite online what I'm going to say. That's pretty much what I would say. But the now is the moment we have to change everything. The moment we have to change our tomorrow. The moment we have to build a legacy in the hearts of those around us. When I leave this world, when God calls me, I want to be known as somebody who added value to anybody's life. And value doesn't come for all the material stuff you can give. It's the growth you can add to a heart, the growth you can add to a life, that somebody can actually remember you as somebody who added, wow, because of him, I found myself, because of what he said. But it's not me, it's us. So it makes the movement even bigger. And one of these days, I'm pretty sure when we're gone, I like what you said at the beginning. In the 30 days, there was a Zoom that you guys made, that you said that your vision right now, your vision was to have video journals in the pages of people. That blew my mind. And this is on the 30 days, my first 30 days. It got so stuck in me that I hear it like it was yesterday. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You can actually go back and look at these video journals, and you can see life through a video. You can see people's life. You can see people's growth through a video. It's just, I'm getting goosebumps right now, because it's amazing. It's amazing, Michelle, what you guys can do with the Video Matrix.
Omar, I love that.
That was awesome.
I love that. Love everything you said. And I got goosebumps when you just said that too, because, you know, oh, I just lost that train of thought. Darn it. What was that very last thing you just said? I just got all like, honestly, you just gave me the chills. Like,
There's a lot going on there. That was pretty epic.
wow. Do you know where you're
About the video journals.
Thank you. No, honestly, you said so much that I honestly thought about 10 different things. The journals. Thank you, because you just started thinking about your children is honestly where my mind went, because when you have children, think about what you're doing right now, Omar. You've done 72 days solid of videos, and it ain't gonna stop there. I know that because I'm planning for the next part. But I think about people's children. I think about people's grandparents. We think about all of it. When this came together, it was like your daughter, your son, they can grow up watching a video that their dad did at your age right now. And 10 years from now, we can, as a family, you can go, and as a video family, we can all get together and go back and continue to watch these. These are forever. The relationships we've built here are forever. Like I said, you are now creating a journal of that you can just say, hey, to your daughter, like, I want you to listen to dad's message every night. I want you to hear about dad and how he grew up, or maybe you're going to know about, your dad, she's going to know maybe about her dad's biggest fear as a child. I don't even know that about my own dad. So I want you to, and you said it, and that's really, I seriously got lost for words, because it's seriously that powerful what we have here and what we're going to continue to do. And it's just beautiful. And I love that held on to that. Those are the words that really anchored you here to create the legacy you are creating. It's the legacy of you. And all we're doing is allowing you the place and space for you to speak from your heart. And we're never watching your videos, ever judging you or thinking like, hey, is his energy down today? Is Omar's energy down? Never would we ever do that. We only support, and we don't get to watch all the videos. So when we do, we're excited to be there. We'll always give you our love. And anyone who looks at you, Omar, they're just seeing what we see. And I cannot say it enough. You are the leader you've always wanted to be, and you are that now. Everything that you planned in the 60 days for your future is happening. What you wake up and say to yourself in the mirror every day, which I love, by the way, it's you. You are amazing.
And the shades, you gotta have the shades, man. I love those. I saw those. Yes, you gotta have those.
Awesome.
I want to talk about, we have a beautiful community here. I know Jose brought you in here, and I know everybody knows Jose and Will, and, everybody knows each other. So it's not even like Jose just Will and Omar. It's we all know each other. We are all equally as special and important. I really want to hear about your experience with the community, because it's diverse. We got people from all over the world here, and if video's a new experience, then that's a new experience, because maybe you only talk to people from New Jersey and Puerto Rico where your homes are. I don't know, but now we're at a much larger scale here, and it's in a smaller group. So love to hear about that.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I've gained wonderful friends from different parts. I would say, I can't say all 50 states, but obviously I've gained friends from different states that are part of the challenge. And you see different personalities, you see different, obviously different ages. You have Ann Patrick, Kim Ingram, you have Tara Duque, you have all these amazing females. Also, you have wonderful males who are, stepping up to the plate and bringing our name up again in the demand, because we were kind of like losing the battle for a minute. There was so many females going in, but I would say I've gained really wonderful friends that not only just show up on the videos, they would message, once in a while, or they would write in private or on comments or different posts, not necessarily just the videos. So it does bring, it makes a huge community. It makes us more close. So I would say it's like a big family within the Video Matrix that not everybody knows about, but us who are in here, we know the specialty that it is, the honor that it is to be part of this. And, you know, I see people, we call each other brothers and sisters. So that right there, it's a big step from being a total stranger, seeing somebody posting a video on a comment with the challenge that's going on, to all of a sudden becoming a Facebook friends and then moving up to calling brothers and sisters. That's a big step, you know, and that brings people very close. So I would say because of this social world and, you know, these videos allow people to feel, you know, emotions and see personalities. This is what brings us together, because we don't just read a post, read a comment, read a picture. We see people, we see their mannerism, we see their moves, we see their body language, we see everything, and that brings us closer to each other, to getting to know. It's like I know Juan Quispe from Chicago. Like, I've seen him before, but I never saw him how I see him in the videos. And now I'm like, man, I know this dude. You know, like, I know him, and I know Kim Ingram. I know Ann Patrick. Why? Because it brings us that close. And I've never really met them in person, but I mean, Juan I have, but the rest I haven't. But it feels like I know them for years. This is one of the biggest things that it does within the Matrix, because this small community is like a huge family all over, and it's going to continue to spread. Next thing you know, you got people in India and Europe and Asia and everywhere, because there is no limits when it comes to social media, when it comes to social cam, different hours, but everybody's going to be part of this. Little did you know, you have the world making videos, and we're going to be this huge family, this generation who didn't change the game, just made it better.
I love it, because
Boom.
I have to say, you are in a female-dominated group. You're actually, your group is like the first more female-dominated group, and I've noticed that, and it's different, but it's still beautiful and fun. It's no different, and there's still other guys in there, which is great. But really, like you said, because you know, you mentioned Juan, and here we are. We're talking about, you guys are probably similar in age, if not, you know, very close, somewhere there. But you're two strong men, and it's like, are you gonna sit, you know, when you get, you know, if you're gonna ever get together, when you have that time together, do we ever, any of us, get to go so far and so deep with each other? And the answer is no. And we used to feel, even in my own personal experience, I used to think that only the children I grew up with really know me, like they know me, because I've never wanted to repeat the stories of the past until this video challenge. And so it's kind of like, so that's where that friendship comes in, because you're bringing people into they know me, like they know those stories. They're like those childhood friends, and then you feel bonded to them like children, because you're sharing the most vulnerable parts of you. And then that bond, just, it's like suction cupped years to what you've learned in like 4 months with each other has really felt like 4+ years, maybe your whole life. And you really just, you hit the nail on the head there, because that's how we feel with you, with everybody that's, you know, because we started it, and now, so our friendships have even grown big. But even people at the bottom, like, and I say the bottom because you're in the 90-day of the last 90-day group to come out for right now. And so then you had all the people loving on the new people, supporting, and it's just been like really fun, really beautiful. And like, just the way you said that was perfect, because we do know each other. We do know you, Omar. We are friends for life. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of our friendship, of our family. And this, we can all go to each other. There's no one in this challenge that you can't call up and say, hey, listen, I'm in New Jersey. Like, I don't know where you live, but can I stay the night? Like, I would never hesitate. But maybe if I was on a casual level, I would. But I would do that to anybody here. How about you? Honestly. Well, Mike's maybe not that kind of guy to go call someone up, like, can I sleep on your couch?
Hey, you know what?
But
I
I
think
would.
that, you know, we've got some awesome relationships that have been built here. You know, people have actually fallen in love through this challenge. People are meeting. People plan to meet in the future. And, you know, we look at having big events based around what we're doing here, because the community and the culture is just something that we've never seen. You know, sometimes you just dream of having people that just, you know, are motivated and want to go and do something and transform their lives. create a movement, because that's what we're all doing in our own way. We're all tying into this and creating our own movement, and it really is extraordinary. And I really hope people see the value and the capability of something like this, because it's not something that's out there anywhere. This is only here. This is literally something that's just been created and just evolved with the group of people. It's all built off of people and people and people and people just coming in and loving on each other, growing, having breakthroughs, and willing to just be their open selves. That's the biggest part. If you're not willing to at least open up a little bit, you don't have to go tell them every dark secret. Not to say that you even have to tell any secrets, but if there's that part of you,
You don't.
you know, the one thing that we give here is the ability to face a fear right in the face, because a question can do that to you. It can stop you right in your tracks. So you're allowed to face something that maybe you haven't had to face for a long time, but now is your opportunity to get through it. So what happens is you take that opportunity, you go and do your thing, you do your video, and then boom, you step out a whole brand new person. You've actually gone through it, and you've taken a group of people with you who then love on you, comment, follow you, fall in love with you, want to meet you, want to just be around you. And that's the kind of culture that we've created. It's pretty awesome. And, you know, I know that I'm super grateful to have met you, Omar, and, you know, we haven't even really connected completely. So I just look at all the growth that comes from this, because doing an interview like this and doing things in the future, that's how relationships grow. And it doesn't have to be overnight. It can be video by video or interview by interview, but it's just super awesome to meet great people.
And Omar, I have a question. You brought family into this challenge, did you not?
Yes, I brought my daughter. She started, but you know, she started working also. She's been a little caught up with the baby, so it kind of like took her off. But she was really, really, you know, wanting to do it. I told her the outcome of it, because that's what it's gonna, you know, really down to her being able to, you know, develop her communication skills and become that better version of herself, which she was totally in for it. So she did it a few days. She lost track of the rest of the days. She told me she couldn't really go into the group. So she kind of like, you know, left it aside and just didn't continue. But she's really like anxious to really bump into the next one or start again. She's willing, because she wants to see herself grow. She's only 17. It's my only daughter, and then I have my son. I got only 2 kids, and that would be it. Now I have a grandson, which is the one who's going to take over in 3 months. So I know that, you know, what I started, it's already getting to my family. That's really one of the things that I want to do. That's one of the things everybody think is really most passionate about. Being able to influence our families is not always easy, and it's not always going to be something. You know, I've had people who they don't understand from the beginning. They don't understand before I started doing videos. When I started doing network marketing, they didn't understand me, and they still don't. But they're there, and they actually see that I'm doing something. They consider something. But I know that direct or indirectly, we influence those around us. And one of the things that I know for sure that I want to do, like Michelle was mentioning before, is I've always had this burning desire of being someone. I want to be looked at not because of recognition. I don't hug glory. I don't want glory to me, because we are nothing. We are just, you know, we're just, how would I say? We're just bridges to really take people to different destinations. We just become, you know, servants. We are just servants of what we can do. This is why I always say I would never hug glory. Everything I do is because God allows me to do it. If I can touch lives, God let me do that. I would never consider myself a super, you know, somebody, but I love the way that everybody, each and one of you guys make me feel like a celebrity. You guys are a celebrity, so you make me feel like one. And this is what my family sees. Oh my God, you've grown into this, you know, oh my God, you're famous on Facebook. You're, you know, I'm like, well, you know, not famous, but people are getting to know me. This is what this can do. And I love that. I really love that. You guys are amazing.
I love it.
You're funny, man. I love your energy and I love your vibe. And it's all about people that just want to advance in life, and that's what happens. People get together and you ride with people. You just connect on values and you just go forward. And that's just been a super ride, man.
I love it. Heidi, I don't know if you know Heidi. She was part of the 90 days with us, the very first ones. Well, she was like, when we got to the same stage of where you're at, like the 72 days, kind of in there, I'll never forget, we did a Zoom hangout, and she's like, guys, she's like, no, seriously, guys, I was out to dinner the other night, and she's like, this woman comes running up to me. She's like, are you Heidi? And she's like, yes. And she goes, I see your videos on Facebook. And Heidi, at that point, she shared with us, she goes, I honestly felt like I was a celebrity. She goes, that was the second time in a week that someone had said something to her based off her video. She goes, I didn't even know they were watching. And they're approaching me like I was their best friend. They knew everything about me. And we're like, they did. And that's how you become. They know you. They literally know you. So then when they see you, they're just automatically hugging you, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it's all about becoming that attractor factor, and you mentioned network marketing and affiliate marketing and anything that you do online,
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays it's not like you can go and fool the internet and like start just making all this money on autopilot. I mean, that does exist to a point where, you're actually building your own thing and things come in and help you do that. But it really takes now, at this point in the game, you to be you and you to be out there on video, putting your face out there, putting your voice out there, who you are, and building connections, building bridges, because you don't know who's going to come in your bridges. And, Omar right now has got 72 videos out there or plus whatever else you've done, so just add that on there. But those are all individual bridges to unlimited amounts of people. So you're literally giving people the option to just walk into your life and whatever, get inspired by you, get started in business with you, build some kind of relationship with you, or just be a friend, somebody that can be like, hey, you inspire me. Thank you. Because when I first started online, that's all I ever wanted was just somebody to be like, oh, thanks, you inspired my life. And that's it. I was like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then you start getting that kind of feedback and you're like, that's amazing. I'm on the right path. That's what you keep in the back of your mind every time you make a video, every time you go out and do anything. We were talking about a video posted before, and it's like you just go out there and you just be you. You just be who you are. And the authenticity will come right through you, and people will just love that. That's what people really, truly want.
Do you think they love Omar?
I think they love Omar.
I think they love you a lot.
Or if you get those shades close by, I'm sure that would be like, what's up?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Really, really appreciate you guys.
We're excited because you're not even done. You're not even done yet. That's the best thing. So we want to meet back up because you still have 18 days left of video of the now. And so I know a lot can change in 18 days. We all know that. So we're excited to meet back up with you. If you allow us to do this again in the next 18 to 20 days, we'd like to really catch you at the end of all this, because really the now, like, you're not done yet. So we thank you for being here. Thank you for being the inspiration and for really for setting forth to your own leadership and being recognized for it, because everyone who comes into the video matrix walks through the front door however they come, and they leave a leader 90 days later. Every single person, they leave confident, they leave as a leader, they leave knowing themselves better than they ever did before, and they also allow themselves to share themselves with everyone better than they ever have been before. So thank you for being part of this process. Thank you for trusting us to guide you through this personal development journey, because it's personal, and that's where it happens here. And there's nothing better to be personal than people that you trust, that you know, like, and trust. So Omar, we love you. We thank you. And yeah, thanks again for everything.
Right on, my friend. We appreciate it. And thanks for checking out this exclusive interview with Omar. And we will see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Omar. Have a good one, my friend.
Thank you, Omar.